text all the people I need to text.
Look at you.
I know, right?
Oh, shoot.
Being a big girl.
What's up, everybody? Good night, boys.
Love ya, mean it.
Hey, get up, little boy. Don't you shake it.
I know. Shit. Y'all see my
What's up, everybody? Yeah. Hey, come here, Landy, Maddox. Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? Sorry, we kind of off screen over here. Y'all stick your head in here. See our boys landing. Look over here. And there's Maddox.
Now go to bed.
Yeah, now go to bed.
Down bed.
Oh, bye-bye. Here. Dirty clothes. Thank you. Little boy.
Yes, sir.
Get up and get on the punch in your chest.
I got the own music going on in my head right now.
She sure do. And do your push-ups.
Woo, let's see if I can read YouTube over here.
What's up, everybody? So look, we just prayed with our kids and got them in the bed. How's everyone doing? What's up, Regina?
Yeah, Regina.
Burrell.
Reginald Burrell, you called us.
I'm sorry, Reginald.
Reginald, you called us on live.
D. Clark Curry.
Yes. You can't be mad at me tonight, D. Clark.
She finally did what she was supposed to do.
What's up?
You're not disturbed?
What's up? What you say, baby?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta make sure it's on here too.
It's not.
Hold on, y'all. We're making sure that we are on Do Not Disturb so that we aren't disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Sorry about all that.
So we back, y'all. What's up, everybody?
Yes.
Come on in. Where you coming in from?
Hey, boy, hey.
Let me warn y'all now.
Hey.
My wife went out with some irresponsible friends. And I hope they on here. She went out with some irresponsible friends earlier because they know that they're unaware they should not have let her do
on a
whatever
weeknight.
she did.
I went out with some girlfriends on a weeknight. I don't normally do that. No. So Joaquin has made me a cup of coffee.
As soon as she walked in the house, I was like, hey. She said, hey. I said, I'm going to make some coffee. Boy.
I don't have irresponsible friends. I really don't, y'all. But y'all read my cup. Believe that. You're awesome. Keep that shit up. Okay? Keep it up. You're fucking awesome.
Something wrong with you.
Hey, y'all.
Something wrong with you. I'm telling y'all, I need y'all to pray for me. I need y'all to pray for me. I'm telling you, I have no idea what I be going through. Come on in. What's up? I know we battling against
She nice. It's coffee. It's coffee in the cup.
It's coffee now.
It's coffee in my cup. Woo! My friend's awesome too, aren't they?
Who's that?
Somebody, your friend's awesome too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Y'all come on in. Where y'all coming in from?
Look, why y'all tell me why y'all...
Wasn't that cup with that coffee? No, it was with the cup before she got here.
It's funny. And y'all say my friends are awesome because my friends adore going out with me because they was like, I wonder who gonna come up to our table tonight. And be like, oh, I know you. My friend be like, you don't know her.
You do not know her.
Like, you do not know her.
I'm drinking tea, y'all. I'm drinking tea.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
That's all I drink is tea.
God. Yes, indeed.
We got Chicago in the house. Jen, we were just in Chicago a few weeks ago, man. I surprised my wife and brought her up there. We had a blast in Chicago. Cannot wait to come back. What's up, Warren? Got Chicago in the building, North Carolina. Baltimore. All right, Chi-Town in the building tonight. St. Louis. Philly.
Regina on YouTube, please tell your wife, I do not want you. I don't even know you. He said his wife thought it was some woman that wanted him. Tell her I said, hey girl, hey.
Hey, Hey, Reginald, tell your wife to tune into this live. She be like, no, you don't want her.
Yeah. And Reginald, she'll be like, she don't want you and you don't want her.
Well, this is going to be an eventful night. I was not planning on my wife being,
right.
Right. Wasn't planning on her being right.
Woo.
But we're going to have some fun tonight. So, look, come on in. This is the thing. We have a topic that we want to talk about, but we want you all to also give us some topics that you all would like to talk about. So give us some ideas that you all would like to talk about tonight before we jump right into it. We got San Antonio, Minneapolis in the house on TikTok. What's up, TikTok? We got Montana.
Brandon, I got to answer Brandon's question on TikTok real quick. We like it all the time, Brandon.
Every day.
Every day.
She's just a little extra right now because she's right.
Be extra today.
But my wife said I wake up on 10.
So let me give y'all the story real quick.
Jacksonville.
So yeah, we have New York, we have Washington D.C. I think we also have North Carolina, we have Texas, we have a couple parts of Texas on YouTube as well. So what, baby?
Clean that. Let's look a little.
No, it looks fine, man. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, so my husband and I went to a wedding in May.
Love you too, Trilly.
We went to a wedding in May and saw some followers, some fans at this particular wedding. So the weekend after the wedding, I get a message that says, you know what, I was following you and y'all are, I really thought y'all were Christians and, that y'all were followers of Christ and all these kinds of, but when I saw you a little tipsy at the reception, I kind of changed my mind and I'm going to unfollow you. I said, go unfollow me. I said, go if you unfollow me because I was a little tipsy at a wedding reception, you got problems. Not me. I was probably wrong for sending up back that message. You were. Don't be inboxing me talking about I'm going to unfollow you because I thought that you was a Christian. I am a Christian.
And let me say this.
I follow Christ.
Let me say this. On a serious note, why she's been here being silly.
Okay.
Because she's right. That's why you have to be very careful how you carry yourself at all times because you never know who's watching you.
Yeah.
And this is what I will tell whoever the person was that made that statement. What's your viewpoint of Christianity? What is your grounding in Christianity? Because the Bible says stay away from strong drinks so it does not, especially make you sin. My wife was with me. So if she gets a little tipsy and does something crazy while she with me, so be it.
They're right.
But that's the thing. I know she doesn't do that without me.
Right.
My wife doesn't even drinks if I'm not in the area with her.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Don't ever. We try not to ever judge anybody by its cover.
Yeah.
I may see the nicest person, Christian, and this person may have just lost their mom and just had a few drinks just to spill some things off. But if I take that one time meeting that person as a concrete evidence of how this person is, then I'm out of pocket.
Yeah. So, I don't, and I don't do this that often. Like, I don't have a drink that often at all. And I'm telling you, like, if I'm in the vicinity of my husband and people that I trust, I might have a drink, maybe two, but I don't.
I'm gonna ask you this question in front of everybody. What's up, TikTok?
Yeah.
If you came home drunk, how would I react?
If I came home drunk, Joaquin will be like, Stacey.
Be disappointed.
Yeah, he would be very disappointed. Because that's just not my character. It's just not my character to be just pissy drunk like that. Like, that ain't it. Like, I don't even like the way I feel when pissy drunk like that. Like, no, that ain't how we roll. No. 18, but I will have a drink or so, and I don't mind telling people that. Yeah. I don't mind, that being, what people see every now and then. But that doesn't take away the fact of how I love God and me and God's relationship with each other. It really doesn't.
Yeah. We're not, and this is the thing, we're not using alcohol as a substitute for anything. We're not using it as a covering for anything.
Yeah.
Or something to fall back on. This is something out with some friends, having a few drinks. 18 years I've known this woman, and I've seen her pissy drunk once.
Yeah.
And she told me she loved me so many times that night.
I did.
I love you so much. I know, Stacey. I know.
I had to let him know. I had to let him know, baby. I love you. You know what? I just realized I love your ass.
So much. Hey, she was so drunk I couldn't even take advantage of her. I was like, I feel bad if I even took advantage of her tonight.
No, like, good well I could hang. Like, no. But I need to let my husband know I love him. Okay.
Yeah. And this is the thing. I don't drink. I may have one drink here and there. But, yeah, man, let's just, let people inspire you the way they are, but allow them to deal with how they deal with things the way they deal with them.
Yeah.
Pray with them from the distance and, be what you need to be for them instead of a stumbling block.
Yeah, and when people, people are pretty honest with us, like they're pretty open with us when they are going through grief or when they're going through tough spots in their lives. They are extremely, like Stacey, I have probably drank more than I have drank in a long time because I am, I'm going through something, and we don't encourage, huh? Yes. And
hey, Francis.
And I don't, and that's one of the things that we always tell them is don't utilize that to fill a void.
Yes.
When we need to kind of take a step back from that, and we talk more often. We really get into the thick of it. We really get in the thick of it with our clients that feel like, in order for me to get past this, I need to drink or I need to indulge in unhealthy behaviors. Like, we definitely say, okay, let us try something different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I just saw somebody call me Jock. I think it was Madrika. What's up, Drake? Good to see you, girl. Hey, but look here. So, look, we're going to talk about tonight, what are we talking about?
Being grown? Are we talking about being grown?
What was being a man? What is a man? What are we talking about?
What are we talking about, baby?
No, seriously, what are some of the ideas that you all like to discuss tonight? Because we don't always want to come here and talk about what we want to talk about. We talk about something socially.
I do know someone sent me a message and said they want to talk about in-laws.
Boom. Solidified.
They said they want to talk about in-laws.
We talking about in-laws. Hey, sorry, y'all too short. So tonight we're talking about in-laws here with the Lopers.
We got the Netherlands in the house.
Oh, what's up, Netherlands?
Entitled kids. We talk about that too, cause
entitled.
Woo! But y'all know what? I was just having a conversation with my girlfriends tonight about our kids and how Joaquin and I have set up some things in our kids where our kids, Megan and Morgan, aren't entitled. Megan and Morgan don't act entitled. Landon and Maddox, we still got some work to do.
No, we don't. No, we do not. We do not have any work to do with them.
Yes, we do.
We do?
We are a united front, Joaquin Loper.
And why is the front not united on this topic?
We are united front.
Why are we not united?
It is we.
Yeah, you're right, it's we. Yeah. It's French. Oui, because that's what you be saying for them. Yes. Yeah, and then I have to come in and say no.
We got to work on Max and Landon,
no.
okay? But y'all do know.
We gotta work on Stacey. Now we French. Yeah, now we French. We. Yeah, no, shit. This joke right here.
No, I don't think I am.
There's a running joke with my wife when it comes to her boys. They could have video evidence, fingerprint, and ballistics that my boys have just shot and killed 3 people. Hypothetically.
You stop doing that.
Me and whoever else. The pastor, Uncle Tim. They can have all the evidence against them boys, and you know what my wife would say? It's okay, baby. I know whatever they did to you, push you to it.
I ain't lying. If I say that about my boys, I ain't lying. Somebody had to push them kids to do that because they made my children.
But ain't nothing like a mother's love, man. Ain't nothing like a mother's love. So, yeah.
Like, no, you ain't gonna do my son like that. No, you are not gonna do my son like that.
So, we're gonna talk about in-laws. We'll touch on that entitled kids, but that's a topic for a whole nother day.
That is.
It really is, because we see some things, we hear some stories in what we do. We've been coaching and counseling now for over a decade. And I'm going to say this and we're going to jump on in-laws. I'm an 80s baby. And remember the things that we used to say when we were kids? That a lot. Thanks for the hat. Oh, shoot. A lot of things that we used to say when we were kids. You hear a lot of our counterparts say this. I can't wait to get old and have my own kids. I'm never going to treat my kids like this. And a lot of us stuck to that. And now the kids run the house. I'm telling you right now, that switch and that discipline, that spare the rod, spoil the child, spare the rod.
Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's real.
They didn't leave my house.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tradition that I'm gonna pass down.
Yeah.
Tearing that behind up. If you don't want your child discipline too, don't send them to my house.
Don't send them over here, cause baby, we discipline everybody's kids the way we handle everybody's kids the way we handle our own kids.
Period. I'm not finna show any favoritism to your child because they're in my house around my kids. No. They say it takes a village to raise children. If it were not for a village, I probably, man, they'd know me by a number. Inmate 3643. Because I'm telling you, I was headed down that road.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, and I'm glad. So, okay, anybody on here that's single, raise your hand. If you are single, raise your hand before we start.
I just want everybody else to be alone.
Put your hand down.
See what I'm talking just do it. Left field.
Okay, so we got a lot of singles in here. Okay.
All right, single.
Okay, we have some singles. We have some singles over here on YouTube as well. Okay.
And now look, as we have this topic about,
we all single.
as we have this topic about in-laws, we're gonna be real because some of y'all singles might be divorced.
Kristen, they say it's complicated. Kristen, they get off my life.
Single. If you guys say it's complicated, single.
If you say it's complicated, you single.
Single.
Single. Okay.
All right.
Divorce. Okay, that means you're single.
Cool.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You're here.
So we want to say this first before we get into in-laws, because our single people definitely want to tune in to this specific live. Okay. Yeah. So everybody has been asking, when are we going to do something for the singles? Well, February 9th and 10th, 2024, it is all about the singles.
Woohoo!
It is all about if you divorced, if you single, if it's complicated, if you in between relationships, we got it coming for y'all.
Never mind.
When I tell you, like, Joaquin and I have been working on this, like this for the singles. We're writing a curriculum called Single Sense. You know, like the 5 senses you have. The single sense. Like, do you have single senses? Do you have that? Like, we're working on a full curriculum to teach at it's called Single, Save, and Unsatisfied. It's called Single, Save, and Unsatisfied. We're going to get you to a point to where you are satisfied in your singleness, or you just might meet somebody that you can now walk through this thing with.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. And being happy single.
Yes.
So I'm going to be honest with you all. If there are some real married couples on here, I mean some real married couples on here right now, I guarantee you, if you could see them face to face, they would tell you, not saying that they don't want to be married, not saying that they're happy in their marriage, but if I could be single again, some of the things I would do for me, some of the things I would get right with me prior to marriage, oh my God.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, a lot of married people here, they're real. It's not like we didn't have the information. Some of us did it. Some of us had the encouragement. We just, sometimes you get in that position where I think I know more. Yeah. Well, sometimes people are just trying to give you some real advice.
Yeah.
Because I love, look at me, YouTube. I love my wife. I love her.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
But there are sometimes I miss being single when she be tripping. Ooh, especially when, like, before she stopped eating chicken. Before she stopped eating chicken, I could, if I want to go out to eat, I can go out to eat on my own. I could never have a meal by myself when she was there. But now she don't eat chicken or steak and stuff. So I can have whatever I want by myself. Well, yeah, just greedy. Oh, let's not even talk about sleeping in the bed.
So you wish you was single because I don't eat chicken anymore?
No, I said when you did eat chicken and I never could have a meal to myself.
You were wishing you were single?
So I can have a meal to myself?
And because you want to sleep in your bed by yourself?
When I'm on the edge.
Okay.
Don't let that tipsiness get you.
Fine.
When do you feel like being single? When I'm getting
I never feel that way. I don't. I never feel that way. I love being married.
When did it start?
Years ago.
Just check.
I love being married. I don't ever have those feelings of being single.
Had to test her, y'all. Had to test her, y'all. Make sure she passed that test. Better not feel like being single.
Yeah, I don't.
But seriously, and those are just little minute things you think about. But it doesn't mean that just because you're married, you can't still grow.
Yeah.
So don't ever think that I'm saying, I wish I was. No, it doesn't mean you can't still grow.
Mm-hmm.
Growth is an individual choice that you make every day you wake up. But as we talk about these in-laws, y'all singles understand this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use one word before we start about the in-laws: boundaries. And I'm gonna say this word so many times.
Yes.
Throughout.
Oh my gosh.
This session, boundaries.
Y'all have got to have boundaries with your in-laws.
If you put that B word in place, you won't have to use other B words along the way.
You don't have to be like, you know what, she ain't nothing but.
Because you have boundaries.
Like she ain't nothing but a like, you know what, that bitch. Don't be calling your husband wife that, your husband mama that. Don't be calling your wife mama that. She is not on 4 legs, okay?
Oh, hey, now, how would you know?
Hey, look at
And I'm going to be honest with y'all. There's one person at this table that has never called somebody's mama.
Oh, you the only one that ain't called somebody's mama. Cause y'all, let me tell y'all something. Woo, baby.
Oh, and for clarity, it wasn't this marriage.
No mamas. We ain't gonna even talk about. We ain't gonna even talk about what I had to go. No, we just gonna stop talking about that. Cause baby, I was like that bitch. She said she gonna tell me.
Okay.
This particular mama-in-law, not this, but the other one, gonna say, get that beat out my house. I said, honey, I'm a better beat than you and your kids. Okay? Y'all, I had to go back and apologize to the lady.
Let me say this. I'm gonna cut into the broadcast. This type of this type of conduct is not encouraged.
It is not encouraged. I highly, like I'm saying, I have grown. Okay? I have grown a lot. And baby, but she took me there, y'all. She took me there.
Did it take much?
And that's why it didn't take much. It didn't take much for her to take me there then, y'all. It didn't take much for her to take me there. But baby, I was ready to fight. I was like, boo, 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 boo.
I'm not proud of this. I didn't know my wife then. I did not know her then. I'm not proud of this story.
Yeah.
But this is what I can say.
I am not not proud of this story either because I seriously had to apologize to that lady. I really did.
And I'm gonna tell you, why I can laugh now because I see the growth in my wife. I see the growth. I've seen her cry because she reflected on what she did do that day and what she did, why she allowed people to push her there. However,
yeah. Look, let me tell y'all, I have come far. I have come far, okay? And I've come so far that I won't let anybody else take me there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I promise you, I will walk away from it. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You can keep saying whatever it is you want to say to me as long as you don't put your hands on me. That's where I draw the line. But words no longer take me there.
Yeah, because this is the thing. You have a choice whether to react on what you're being called or act on what you are. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good, wasn't it?
That was good, baby. Hey, Pastor Preaching, y'all better listen. Y'all better listen. Yes, sir. Yes.
That's what you need. Very good. Anyway, like I was saying, the girls, you is crazy. Like I was saying, my thing, people can call me what they want to call me. It's my choice to react in that way.
That's right.
It's my choice to react that way, or acting what I am, or acting what direction I'm going in. We can honestly sit here and say right now, in our marriage, early in our marriage, there were some ways that we probably acted toward each other that we probably should have been called some things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak for me. I know it was some times I wanted to call her some things because that's what I saw growing up. Mm-hmm. I saw my father belittle my mother, degrading her, and that's something I said I would never do. So I never did it. Mm-hmm. No matter how I felt, I chose to act in the way according to how I wanted to be perceived as a husband, how I want to be viewed as a husband, and I never want to give my wife the opportunity to say, or ever say, you're just like somebody else, or you're just like, no.
Yeah.
I want to be different.
Yes. And so here's the thing, y'all.
And yes, it is hard.
It
is hard being the bigger person, but it's fulfilling.
Yes, it's so fulfilling.
It's fulfilling.
And here's the thing that I want every man and woman on this live tonight to hear. Okay? Y'all know sometimes I can be really serious. But there has never been a time in the 20 years that I've known Joaquin that Joaquin has ever gotten so mad at me that he disrespected me and called me out my name.
Okay, now were there some times when I should have? According to what we saw growing up.
Absolutely not. Look!
There was some moments I should have been Bia. There
are some moments in our marriage where it should have been please. I would be like, oh, okay.
And this is the thing. If I would have done that, I probably would have gotten her attention because that's what the norm was. That's what people were used to.
Yeah.
But you treat people, if you keep treating something to somebody a way that you desire for them to be treated, they can't help but to react to that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't react to being called that. Like, my girlfriends don't even call me out of my name like that. Yeah. Like, we don't be like,
nah.
We don't do that. Like, me and my girlfriends do not do that. Because this is the thing, we're not going to allow anybody else to do it, so why would we allow each other to do it? Like, we're bigger than that. We look at each other as so much more than that, so why would that be what we call each other, even just in general conversation? No, we make that a norm if we allow each other to do that, so we don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the thing, you're not better than, you don't do that, you don't start putting those boundaries in place, even with your friends and your in-laws, to seem as if you're better than them, or better than anyone else. You just want to be a better you. So when people start coming to you saying, you think you all that, I'm gonna tell you what I tell them. What I tell them.
What?
If somebody mess around and tell me, you think you all that.
He says, I am.
I am.
I am.
Yeah, I'm whatever you think I am, and however good you think I think I am, I am.
I am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not finna guilt trip me.
Yep.
No, I will be there.
Ooh. Let's get them.
Hey, sorry about that, man. Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
Oh, not a thing. I'm trying to see how I can actually delete that. I wasn't trying to let you in. I apologize.
Wait, you want to know what?
Could we exit out of this? How
We
do
need
you
to
exit
X out of this.
Oh, okay. So, what you're gonna see is if you look where the little plus sign next to my name is.
Yes, sir.
Just click that, and then.
You see it?
Are you guys a married couple? What the heck?
We are.
Oh, well, congratulations. That's amazing and very beautiful.
No.
And I also want to say, your wife is fine as shit.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, man. If I thought that was disrespectful, I'd be mad right now. But thank you.
Get out of there, babe.
Hey.
Okay, y'all. We gotta figure out how to exit out of this.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to do this stuff, y'all. But anyway, talk to them. Talk to them.
Okay, we're sorry, y'all. On YouTube, he made a mistake and hit a button. Go to completely out of that.
My boy.
Yeah.
You gotta get your ass out here because your shawty looking
Oh my gosh. Oh, I hate you, kid. Oh gosh, I hate this.
Sorry, y'all. Hey, baby, deal with them.
What you we do, babe?
Just talk to them.
All right, so what we talking about?
Oh, there we go. Baby, just talk to them.
Okay, I mean,
all that melanated nectar just chilling right here in front of me.
see, you still
I'm out here big to take a piece of that.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
No, baby.
Stacey,
No.
just please talk to them.
Okay, baby, I don't know what to say at this point. Like we're on TikTok. If you guys are on our TikTok page, it's yeah, we were
All right.
we were going crazy. Like, oh my god.
Sorry about that. We actually let a person in that was trying to be a host, and my wife can't function with it. Just talk.
I can't function like that. I was like, y'all, I lost it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do on this one.
But he did tell me that my wife was finest. I appreciate
Lord.
that. And, you know, and if it would have been a lie, I probably would have been mad, but he wasn't lying. She fine. So thank you, brother.
Now, yo, we don't know who he is. Somebody said y'all don't know who he is. No, we don't know who he is.
I was trying to delete something and I messed right here to accept. Let him in. So anyway, back to the in-laws.
Okay.
What's that?
Somebody said I'm so tickled. Somebody said he famous.
Oh, he famous?
Yeah.
Oh man, well thank you again.
Yep.
Yeah, tell all your people to follow us. All right.
Oh, he was trying to be young Rick James. Yeah, I was speechless. I was like, what the hell?
All right. In-laws.
So what we talking about? Okay, in-laws. We're going to get back to the program as scheduled.
Baby, I got this.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, so we're dealing with in-laws.
I'm going to let Pastor preach to y'all real quick. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of those times, y'all.
You wish you would see me.
But anyway, so in-laws, the first thing you need to do is set up boundaries mentally. For all of you all that love your mother, for all of y'all that love your daddy, once you get married, your mother and father don't come first anymore. Ooh. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. I didn't say that they could not be an important part of your marriage or still a part of your life, but they can't come before your spouse. That's just, I don't know any other way to put it. Not your best friend for 20 years. Not your homeboy you play ball with. Not your military buddy that you done went to war with to help save your life. When you get married, there's a different type of connection. You have to have boundaries with that.
Yep.
And be honest with you, it's tough. It's tough to go from this side of the track where you have all of this to measure from and everybody else that's been there in your life to get married to somebody you say I do with and you got to start over and they only have this much of you.
So was it hard for you not to allow your parents to be a part of our marriage?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't hard for me because
I was about to say why. Why wasn't it hard for you?
I watched a dysfunctional marriage for my entire life until my parents got divorced when I was like 18 years old. So I knew my parents didn't have much to pour into my marriage, not from a positive perspective. So no, it wasn't hard for me. So it was easy for me to say it's gonna be tough for you to come here and tell me how to live my marriage when I saw what you all went through. No disrespect, just facts. But I still need my parents to encourage me to be everything that I need to be for my marriage. I don't need my parents trying to compare my marriage to what they went through or me comparing my marriage to what they went through.
My parents didn't have anything to compare it to because they were never married. So whatever they went through, they just went through it with whoever they went through it with. I mean, it was just I mean, that's just real. Look, listen, people, listen. Sometimes, so we have this young man in our life that said he will never ask his mama for marital advice. Okay? The reason he will never ask his mom for marital advice or even relationship advice, he has never seen his mama in a successful relationship.
Yeah.
I ain't never asking my mama or my daddy for some relationship advice. They coming to ask me for some.
Oh, and you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I am no lies detected. I kid you not. My parents know I'm not coming to them for marital advice. I'm not even going to my parents for money. Okay? They gonna be coming to me. Point blank, period. And you have so many individuals that are set up that way. Like they know they can't go and ask their parents about that.
Yeah. And let me say this. Even if your parents are or have had a great marriage,
Thank you.
there's still a boundary that needs to be set within how far they can speak into your marriage.
That's it. Come on, Pastor. Keep preaching. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because everything they've been successful in has been experienced through their marriage and their eyes and their failures. So it's going to be tough for us to come into our marriage, your marriage, and say, hey, you need to do this because this may happen. Not in your marriage.
Yeah.
But what you can do is give them examples of how you all overcame things so that they can look for these things that may happen in their marriage.
And so someone asked, do your parents have a say so during the dating stage? Are your parents married? What do you value what they would have to say in that dating relationship that you have? Here's the thing. Megan and Morgan will come to us for dating advice. Joaquin and I give them very little. We give them very little dating advice. Why do we give them very little dating advice? Why do we give our kids very little dating advice? Explain it to the people, honey.
Because they ain't going to listen anyway. No, I'm just...
Sometimes they aren't. We just have to be realistic about where our kids are. Our kids can come and they can ask for the advice. Are they going to take it?
And
are they truly going to do anything with it?
And I don't say that disrespectfully. When we say what we say to our kids, and hear me on this, married people, young people. We don't have to say much because we pray and we believe that we've shown them how things should be.
Yes.
We have been examples of them without saying a word on how courting should be, not just dating. Courting should be. How you should be treated, how you should be expected to be treated. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to you asking, I don't have to go through a whole spiel. You've seen how I treat your mom. Mm-hmm. You've seen how your mom treat me.
Yeah.
Are you going to allow yourself to be held up to those standards, have boundaries, or you're going to allow yourself to be treated any kind of way and not be respected?
Right. And here's the thing. You've seen how I speak to him. You've seen the respect. You've seen the honor. Are you going to also represent that as well? Okay. And so we don't just really just pound into our kids like, that's not acceptable. That's not this. That's not that. Okay. So I'm going to ask y'all a question.
I'm going to say this. First, our girls at this point, they already know.
Yeah.
They know when they're not doing wrong. But My girls won't even have certain conversations with me. They'll talk to their mom, but when they get around me, they already know what I expect.
Yeah. And that's right. They have their own relationships. They have their own marriages. And however they decide to navigate that, it's eventually up to them, regardless of the advice that we give them. But here's the thing. So if you guys have seen the post that I posted about National Daughters Day, okay, where I go and I mean, sometimes people need a wake up call. Sometimes people need a wake up, and I definitely want to give you a wake up call. You know, good, bad, and indifferent. However you want to look at that, okay? So I give a wake up call that I'm finding Leilani's mama, Morgan, a man. Okay? I tell you one thing. I ain't need to find her no man. Because the one she already had stepped up. I'd seen that video. I may not have been liked that much after the video, but I was real. Like, come on now. Sometimes that's just what it takes. Sometimes it takes for you to realize that they gonna go on with their life.
So, and sometimes it takes you almost losing something to realize you need to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, sometimes it almost takes you losing something. Hey, it took me to almost lose Joaquin, motherfucking Loper. It took me to almost lose this dude right here for me to straighten it up. Okay? So sometimes
stupid.
we do. We have to almost lose the good thing before we recognize that what we got to do to keep it.
And I would have a question for you. When it comes to these boundaries that we have to set in for in-laws, you know, how many wives or husbands have said these words? Well, my mama can come over whenever she want to, or my daddy can come over whenever he want to because I'm his daughter.
No, they can't.
I'm their son.
Nope.
A thing called honor and respect.
That's
and order.
Yeah.
Those things are not moving. And let me say this. If the in-laws have any respect for you, they wouldn't do it. So understand that when in-laws are disrespecting something that you all have put in place and getting mad about something that you all put in place that you all feel is best for your marriage, that means they don't respect your marriage, in my opinion. They don't respect, and they want everything. Sometimes people are just selfish. They want things the way they want to be. Well, we've always went to each other's house and just walk in the house. You ain't walking in mine.
Q said she is not an irresponsible friend. I'm sorry. Woo, the room's spinning real quick.
See there? Yes, y'all, my queen. Got her over here with her, the room spinning. You know she can't handle her.
Ooh, wait. Ooh, my friend just texted and told Joaquin, I am not an irresponsible friend.
No, you're not, sweetie. No, you're not. But seriously, man, think about that. Think about this. My daughter, I don't even go to my daughter's apartment and thing without calling them saying, hey, babe, are you home? Do you mind if I come by? Honor, respect. I literally could be in the house with my wife trying to have some little alone time, and now just because you in the area, you just gonna stop by and knock on my door and come in, or just want? No, you ain't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah, you definitely need a conversation when your spouse tells you that, you know, my parents can come over whenever they want to. That's you. I mean, you have to set those boundaries because sometimes your parents can just kind of get to a point where it becomes disrespectful. It really becomes disrespectful, and it's funny because somebody said leave them knocking. So when we lived in Memphis, we used to always tell our kids that if we don't expect company, they don't get in. Like if they haven't called, we aren't expecting them, then what you doing at our house? Like we don't know what you're doing here. So whenever our kids were left at home, the girls were old enough to be left at home with the boys, and someone would try to come over to our house because we weren't at home, our kids were not allowed to open the door. Okay. So there were a couple of times when our family members tested that theory with us. Like, oh, they'll open the door for me, it's Granny. Or they'll open the door for me, it's TT. They'll open the door for me, I'm family. And they learn our kids weren't opening the door for them. Like we taught our kids that if we leave this house and we don't tell you that such and such is coming over, it's okay to let them in. They were left standing at our front door, and our kids never even said, "Who is it?" Our kids left them standing at the door on several occasions before they got the picture that, oh, Joaquin and Stacey really meant that if you're not expecting us, you ain't getting in.
Be ready to be not liked and be okay with it. Look, when I got married, I understood mentally and spiritually, to a certain extent, spiritually, that I was going to have to cut off a lot of people and a lot of connections and put up a lot of boundaries for people not to interfere with what I was building with this woman. Yeah. I don't care about. You cannot worry about being not liked for a moment. If somebody doesn't like you or cut you off because you're trying to be one with your spouse, then that season is running its course.
It has run its course.
Be okay with it.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, I love my in-laws, and my in-laws love me.
I don't even want to talk about her.
I love my in-laws, down to uncles, cousins, all of it. Love them. Love them.
Can I roll my eyes?
He can't even go to a family event on his side of the family if I don't go.
They get my nerves. They ask about her more than they ask about me. If I walk in and close the door, they open the door back up. Where's Stacey? I'm like, she ain't gonna come to me every time. Oh man, we want Stacey. But that's how it's supposed to be. When people meet my family and they see her with my family, they would swear that she is their family.
Yeah.
They think I'm the in-law when I'm around my family. When it comes to her.
Yes, we had a lot of people jealous of us getting married. Yeah, we have a lot of people jealous of our marriage now. Like, ooh.
And I'm gonna be honest with you all. This is real talk. You know, you have a lot of jealousy because of brokenness. Truth be told, if it were not for us making decisions as individuals to make this marriage work, coming from where we came from, our marriage shouldn't be successful. Yeah. So if there are any married couples out there right now, or any engaged couples thinking that, man, can I do this? Man, I've never come to anything like this. Be the first. Be the first. You can do it. Yeah, but you have to make it up in your mind that every day is going to be a better day and it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Because every day is not going to be good.
Yeah.
Every day is not going to be peaches and cream.
Nope.
As 112 said, peaches and cream. You remember that song? Anyway. So I had my ADH moment, you know.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
No, we have a lot of people that are extremely happy for our marriage, but we do have some of those people that are like.
And a lot of times it's people that are close to you that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. You know, when you put off certain vibes for so long and built a character for so long, that's what people expect to see out of you.
Yeah, they don't expect change.
So when you change and start doing something different, it looks different for them. But when you start doing something positive for yourself, they can't see the positivity in what you're going because it's different than what they've seen.
Yeah. So we find now that some people that we know were jealous of our marriage for years, now they're like, they are inspired. Like they will openly tell us that, like, Like, I wish I could be that with my husband. Like, I wish that my husband and I could transform, could transition, could shift our mindsets to be where you guys are in your marriage with each other.
And we tell them they can. They can.
They can. Like,
just take it day by day.
Truly can. I'm so real that people who knew me then, they see my realness in a different light now.
Yeah.
Like, in a totally different light now. Like, I just had a classmate of mine post on one of my, and I don't know if you saw this on Facebook, post on one of mine, was like, you and your husband need to do a TED Talk. Like, y'all could help so many marriages and singles until it is ridiculous. Like, they were like, and this is a guy who was one of the 11, and he was one of the 11. He was one of the 11, and
Okay. All right. I did not see the comment.
I need to take you to the comment.
And first of all, side note for everybody that don't know, you know, this could be a story. We need to write a little short book on this.
No, we don't.
But,
we can write a short story on the 11.
One of the 11, for you all that don't know, make it short and sweet.
Oh my God!
I am the 11th man to propose to my wife.
Oh my God!
Yes, I'm number one twice. So one of the proposers is the proposers.
Proposers.
Yeah, one of the proposers. Yeah, you're the proposer.
I ain't never heard it like that. Oh my God!
So one of the proposers.
You won. Twice.
I won twice. I got the good, bad, and the ugly. But anyway. One of the proposers, and this is a great example of understanding this.
Proposers, y'all. I'm using that.
As you transition and you put boundaries on things, and you put boundaries in your life, and you grow, people that knew you from the past even understand that, man, they've really grown. They've changed. So, and most people out there thinking right now, dang, he can laugh about a person who proposed to her, messaging her. I didn't know them.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he ain't being disrespectful now or she being disrespectful in any kind of way, man, look, man, thank you for the compliment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my wife has been proposed to 11 times. Don't worry about the singles. Don't worry about the singles. Your time is coming.
Your time is coming.
You know.
If I got 11, you're gonna at least get one.
This is the thing. Hey. Sometimes sometimes people don't want the 11 resume.
You sure don't. No, you do not want the 11. No.
Wait on your one.
Wait on your one.
And,
there is hope. There is hope.
Yeah. And know when to say no. Know when to say. You can see she said no. You said no.
Ooh.
You said no 8 times.
I had to count. No, I didn't. Did you say no 10 times? No, I said no 8 times. This is my third husband.
we both counted.
Like, I sure did. I didn't count.
Oh.
Ooh.
But anyway.
Hey. Oh, God.
Did you give out?
Any maybes? Did I give out? So let me tell
Yeah,
y'all.
she probably did.
Hey, let me tell y'all the funniest.
Hey, my wife like this tea bag. You know, she'll string you along now. She'll string you along. Gone.
Hey, if you have been following us for a long time, you have probably heard this story, but the funniest proposal story is the Applebee's proposal.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, y'all.
Don't do.
Y'all, that proposal Applebee's.
I'll tell you something. Look, ain't nothing wrong with Applebee's. If you don't propose to Applebee's, you propose to Applebee's.
Applebee's. It was what I did at Applebee's.
Okay, tell me that.
No, ain't nothing wrong with Applebee's. It's not the fact that it was Applebee's, okay, people? Okay? No.
Okay, let's check.
No. So listen, Lindas and Leroy's, okay? Look, it wasn't the fact that it was Applebee's. It was what I did after he asked me to marry him at Applebee's. Okay, so we were eating. I'd ordered a sandwich this night, okay? I don't eat mayonnaise, okay? And I guess I had a feeling that something was about to happen.
Set it up. Set the plot for him.
Okay? Something was about to happen. So I'm eating, and actually, I'm enjoying the food, okay? Only to take this one bite out of my sandwich and realize it tastes different. I said, let me see what this sandwich has on it, okay? I opened the sandwich up, and it has mayonnaise on it, okay? And I immediately say, I don't eat mayonnaise, okay? I don't eat mayonnaise, okay? So we have a problem. Can you get the server over here? Because my sandwich has mayonnaise, and I know I specifically said no mayonnaise, okay? In the meantime, while I'm talking,
she said it like that. Yeah, she said it like that.
So in the meantime, he's getting the server over, and the server comes to the table, and he's preparing himself to ask me to marry him. Y'all, when the server leaves, the ninja is on his knees, okay?
Don't call him a ninja. The proposer.
The proposer. The proposer is on his knees to ask me to marry him in Applebee's on a Friday night. Oh, Lord, it's a Friday night. You asking me to marry you. Are you insane?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Asking you.
So, this is what happens after that, okay? He asked me to marry him, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Just like that. Just like that. No, just like that.
Oh, my gosh. You want to marry me? I said, I have to go to the bathroom.
She's so excited. She's so excited.
I'm so excited. I'm about to piss on myself.
Oh.
Alright, so listen. Y'all, I go to the bathroom looking for an escape route. I have to go to the bathroom. I need to find a window. I need to find something so I can get up out of here. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I could not do it.
Who'd you call?
I couldn't find an escape route. So I said, let me call somebody. Yo, I had to get up out of there. And the person I called can't come fast enough. So I'm like, you know what? When I go back out here, it's like, look, we gotta go. I don't feel well. I just ate some mayonnaise.
You can't make this.
Oh my God.
You can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up.
I just can't do this tonight. There was no way out from the bathroom perspective, okay? Y'all, I kid you not, like that was the funniest engagement story ever. Like ever.
She has 10 more to tell, but she ain't gonna tell those tonight.
Y'all,
But
I was like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. Like, no, no, it wasn't a yes. No, it was not.
And I'm gonna say this: some men and women have been traumatized by situations like this.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna make a total joke of it. But it was funny because it happened to her. But let me say this: if you are a person that get told no or gets turned down for proposal,
no,
I'm gonna say this: be okay with it. It's hurt in the moment, but at least somebody told you the truth. That probably spared you a whole lot of grief.
Oh God.
Whole lot of time.
Maybe somebody else know you on here.
What's up now? But Dale Dean.
Yeah. And then there's Crystal, who's Purple Dawn. Hey, Crystal.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. There have been certain females that I used to have asked to go out with me years prior to meeting my wife. They said no. You respect that. I'm serious. If somebody proposed to you, that means something has told them that this person wants to be with them. But if that person is real with you and says, this is not the route I want to go down, you have to respect that. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm not saying it's not embarrassing. But at least they were truthful with you.
Brian, I done made this man laugh all night long. We'll see about making that happen in a minute.
What's that?
So make him laugh. He keeps writing making you laugh.
But seriously, man, I don't. So when my wife tells me these stories about people that have asked her to marry her, I mean, it shouldn't. I'm not surprised, but I'm not like overwhelmed. But it happened. Should they be embarrassed that she told them no? No, saved them a lot of headaches.
Yeah, it saved them a lot of headaches because when Joaquin and I started dating, we went to a funeral of a really close friend of Joaquin's in Meridian in my hometown. And at least 8 of them were there.
At least
8 of them. Like, seriously, it was about,
I know I saw 5. I ain't know the other ones at the time. See, I knew about 5. And this one was so crazy about it. I saw the ex-husband.
Yeah, he was there.
And about 4 more I kind of knew had asked, and they're all standing together in a line like they were a pack.
They were all standing together.
And I walked by speaking like, what's up, y'all? Like, I don't ever want to be a part of that group. Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Misery loves company.
Yes, I'm from Meridian. I was born and raised in Meridian, Mississippi. Yeah. Yeah, somebody said a funeral.
I'm always shout out Decatur, Mississippi. Yeah, they man. They was in them. We had the funeral, and I see people going by, and I'm like, hey, didn't you?
Yeah, so I was from a really small town, and so you could only imagine me being who I am. That
Cause this was not the woman back then. Y'all, we are not gonna do that. Y'all are not gonna believe that or lie. What's that little meme that baby said? Bullshit.
Somebody said she's a small town celebrity. You better say it.
To know my wife now, to know her back then, one would speculate that why would anybody even ask you to marry them?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, I am from Meridian, Mississippi.
Yes. Decatur, Mississippi, all day, baby.
Yeah. We're having an event there soon as well. We're having an event in Meridian December the 16th. We're having the vision board party there. If you guys have not gone online and registered for the vision board party, you've got to go and register for the vision board party.
Yes,
it is going to be amazing. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying pause on the in-laws and go to our website, www.blendedandwinning.com. Is it?
Yeah, it's all of it's on there. The vision board party, the single saved and unsatisfied conference that's coming up is already on there, and the marriage conference, the marriage retreat in Phoenix, Arizona is on there as well.
So yes, for all the married couples here, we do have a marriage retreat coming up in January the 18th through the 21st. We will be in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, Fort McDowell, Arizona, right outside of Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Man, we're gonna have some fun. If you are a married couple, young, middle, old, whatever the case may be, and want to reignite some things, ignite some things, get clarity, man, come join us. Come join us, have some fun, and let us all grow together. So go check out our website, all right? D. Clark Curry will pin that address in there for you.
Yes, and David or Taj will pin that email address on on YouTube as well. If you go on our site via your phone, when you go to blendedandwinning.com on your phone, it's going to pull up an all white screen. Press the chat button that comes up to the bottom of your screen and then X out of it, and everything should pull up for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to in-laws. And understand this, people. If you're from, I don't care what kind of town you're from, what you are and who your family is will follow you.
So I said Decatur.
D-Town all day.
Yes. LaShonda Hager. Hey. LaShonda is on here too, baby.
Hey, LaShonda.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. Even though my family, her in-laws, love the heck out of her, they had concerns for me when they found out who she was. Because of all the exes.
My name was great in the city where I was. No, it wasn't, y'all.
I was like define great.
Baby, let me tell y'all, when people found out who I was and that he was talking to me, baby, the people in Meridian got to talking. Ooh, they got to talking. And most of them call me Hancock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so most of them call me by my maiden name, which was Hancock. And when they would find out that's who he's talking to, they would be like, Hancock? Like, are you sure? Like, Stacey Hancock.
They were like, bro, you... They were like, we know you out there, but that right there, I'm like...
But that right there? Like, yeah, y'all, like...
I should have listened. All the signs were there. And let me say this. Y'all be real with the signs. Second divorce, red flag. 2 kids, red flag. Old, stubborn, red flag. I mean, you have so many red flags. I was just stubborn my darn self. And it all worked out.
Yes, so... Side note as well. Somebody said, I keep seeing pages of you guys in FYP. That Blended and Winning page on TikTok is not us. That is a fake page. We just found out about that last night.
Yeah, so make sure we'll actually post that. But if you're on TikTok and you see a Blended and Winning page, please delete that and report them. Mm-hmm. That is not our page. Yeah. They've started a page and just use our content.
Yes. Syria, yes, we are both Christians. Mm-hmm. Even though sometimes I don't act like one. I don't act like what people think a Christian should look like, but I am one. I'm 10 toes down for Christ. 10 toes down. I'm 10 toes down for him, girl. I know what he can do in your life, girl.
And this is what I would tell anybody on that note with boundaries. Perfection isn't what draws people to be better. Mm-hmm. Perfection is not what draws people to be better. People want to know they can relate to somebody who's doing better in their present day than they were in their past, and they can be real with it. Mm-hmm. That's why I believe that's why we're so effective as counselors and coaches because we're real with ours. We're not perfect by any means.
By any means, we're not. Like, we are an open book.
We get better in our marriages as a husband and as a wife, and the marriage gets better every day.
Every day.
Because we have our hiccups. We got into some heated fellowship. No heated fellowship.
Yesterday.
It wasn't heated fellowship. We had a debate.
Yeah, we were agreeing to disagree.
Yes, we were agreeing to disagree.
Yeah.
Because of emotions and
your feelings.
Yeah, she was in her feelings, but I was being a little unsympathetic. I ain't have no empathy at the time, did I?
And so that's the thing. And this is a perfect example of processing the information, processing the situation, and understanding where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Mm-hmm. And us coming back and bringing it to the table to be able to say, I had no empathy.
Yep.
Like, I really didn't. And me, letting him know, like, I get it. You say this all the time, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a right to feel when you say that.
Yep. We have to allow people to be able to process what they need to process the way they need to process it, not you. But one thing I can tell you, even with boundaries, you have to put boundaries on your love when it comes to your marriage. You have to put boundaries on who and how you share your love with your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how upset I may be with my wife. We have not been to bed without kissing each other or hugging each other or praying with each other, despite our feelings and despite our um, liking of each other at the moment.
Yeah.
For how it's what 15 years of marriage?
Years for I know the last 13 years.
At least.
At
At
least
least
the
9.
30.
There may have been a couple in there. 13. I was overseas, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was out of the country. But we make a conscious effort
Yeah.
to show that we're gonna make tomorrow be better.
Okay, that is great. Like someone on TikTok said, explain love with boundaries. I want to start there, Susie. Susie George, she's the one who asked on TikTok, like, what is love with boundaries? Love with boundaries looks like this. I know that Joaquin is going to need his time. There was a long time in our marriage where Joaquin was like, I don't need me time. I don't need me time. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I got to be here for my family. I have to be here for my wife. And I used to always say him, but baby, you also need that time where it's just you. There may be some things that you need to process that you when you're not in my presence. And I have to trust that my husband is utilizing that time wisely and that he is taking the time to understand him, his feelings, his emotions, his mental, his spiritual, and what he's walking through at the time.
Yeah.
I have to, those boundaries will allow me to accept when my husband say, I need to take a step back from this conversation and process it first. And I give him that time to do that. Like I respect and honor him enough for him to be able to step away from the conversation, but I trust that he's going to come back to that conversation and we're going to finish it. See, that's love with boundaries. That's meeting them right where they are. That's giving them grace when they miss the mark.
Yep.
Because I'm giving him grace because I want to understand the why behind his reaction to what just happened. That's love with boundaries.
Yeah. What does love with boundaries can look like also is not allowing to your emotions to control a moment that can truly grow your marriage and grow your relationship. If my wife is upset, that's not a time and she's explaining it to me in a very passionate way. You know, she explains things very passionately. That's the time to let love be the boundary and you not to let your emotions take over and say, well, she's screaming at me. Well, she's probably screaming, or he may be raising his voice. He or she may be raising their voice at you because they're tired of saying what they've been saying, and you're not getting it. So a love boundary can actually let you process what's being said without worrying about how it's being said, and then we'll deal with the passionate delivery later on. But at least hearing what's said.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the worst things you can do in your marriage, and one of the worst feelings that can come from a husband or a wife, is to feel like they're not being heard. Not only being heard, but their word is being taken seriously. I'm gonna keep it simple. Keeping it serious.
Egos can destroy a marriage,
yeah.
Chandel. Egos can truly destroy a marriage, man. And it comes off extremely controlling. It can definitely destroy a marriage.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And as Joaquin was talking, when we talk about, what were you just talking about, baby?
Boundaries of love. Hear being able to
Yes.
hear them.
Being able to hear your spouse. I was going somewhere with that though. Um, I don't know. I forgot, y'all.
Yep, it happens at times. she's coming down now. The coffee kicking in.
Yeah.
But I will say this: Their love with boundaries, man, can make you look like husband of the year
Mm-hmm.
amongst people that have never seen you be in this manner, and you have to really check your egos.
Or wife of the year, because I'm gonna be
Oh, wife
honest
of
with
the
you.
year. I was
Yes,
speaking from me,
yes,
from my
yes. So
perspective.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest with you all. Like, I'm not sure if Joaquin, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if Joaquin had an ego problem in our marriage. I really don't think Joaquin had an ego problem. I think I did.
I think my ego was cut in half very early, so I had to. What ego I had was kind of severed, so I had to, relearn. I didn't have time to really process my ego. So she didn't. My ego didn't even have time to, come out. And
Don't do that.
hey, like my man Dave only used to say, get you one of these things called a wife. It ain't but a week. Yeah. So you have to really be able to check your ego. And let me say this: when it comes to egos, to all the men, to all men and husbands out there, think about this. Think about how you were perceived prior to your marriage. Think about how you were perceived prior to your marriage. If you're single, think about how you're perceived now. Oh man, he the man. He got it going on. He this. He that. If you don't learn how to get a hold to what's being said about you now, when you get married, you're gonna still feel like you're the man. You're this. You're that, and you don't realize becoming a husband is almost like hitting the restart button to a video game. That game has to start all the way back over. It has to reprocess. It has to reset up the game for be played. What stage is going to come? But you're still operating in the sense of you the man. You got it. You got this. You got that. So everybody hears you in a certain way. And females as well. I don't care how fine you are or how sexy you are. So all that stuff out the door when you get married. But that's why a lot of women can still go in there, and men still go in there and put makeup on, get dressed, and they still walk out the house now that they're married with the image of who they were. And now you don't understand why your wife's saying you're acting different. This ain't who I want to be married to. Well, this is who I was, but you didn't change. You didn't transition when you said I do to being a husband. You're still being
the man.
The man.
Yeah. Boy, you be preaching hell out of some of this stuff, baby. You really do. Like, oh my God.
This is the thing.
Like, I couldn't be a first lady.
I'm not saying,
I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying this because I see it. No, I said this because I had to walk it.
Yeah.
I had to walk this. Men, y'all better humble yourselves. Humility doesn't take anything away from your manhood. Hear me on that.
Yeah.
Humility doesn't take anything away from your manhood. But it darn sure can grow you some grace and some honor with your wife.
Women as well. Yeah. You're right. Women as well.
But this is the thing. I can only speak to being a husband. That's what I am. That's all. I love for women to peep in from a peripheral, and they can lead us in that area as well as they transition and change.
Yeah.
But as a husband,
yeah,
it was a lot of soul searching with me, buddy. A lot of late nights of crying and praying and like, man, God, man.
I don't know.
I ain't never cried like this in my life.
I'm not sure if I can be a first lady because, like, man, I get so excited when my husband is preaching. I think I would be just completely out of order for church.
No, I'm gonna put it out.
Like, I believe, like, as a first lady, I would be completely out of order for church. My husband would be like, y'all, I am sorry to stop this church service, but my wife gotta leave.
Yeah, go back.
Like, she gotta leave. Like, I can't
take her to the green room.
I can't preach effectively with this oohing and ahhing. Preach, daddy. You understand, daddy? Like, the preacher preaching. Like, oh my God. Like, that's why I could not be a first lady. Like, we would literally, I would have to watch service from the green room or at home on my sofa and be screaming. Like, it would truly turn me on. Like, yes, it would.
Amen.
Yes. Like, hallelujah. Can I get you to meet me in the pastor's chambers?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah. In Jesus' name.
Oh my God. It's the wisdom. So here's the thing, like for me, hearing my husband speak in that manner, like it's the wisdom that he brings forth. Like it's the humility that is in what my husband says. You know, when he's ministering to couples and when he's ministering to the men that I get to hear him talk to, it's those things that when I tell you, woo, y'all, it definitely makes me want to do like they do in the old Baptist church, like run around the old Pentecostal churches. That's what they do. That's what they do in the old Pentecostal churches. And they run around and they take 2, 3, 4 laps. I mean, I'd be tired, but I tell you one thing, I'd be running. Yes. You know, it's really that, like, it's true. Like, I love to see the growth in my husband from a spiritual standpoint and how he really just allows God to build him to be the husband, the man, the counselor, the coach, the mentor that he needs to be for the people who God has called him to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I tell you all the time, we really just walking in our purpose.
Yeah.
This is what I was groomed for. This is what I grew up seeing. And a lot of times people don't walk in there because they don't want to be perceived a certain way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people that are ready to grow.
So he doesn't have a brother that's single. I have 2 of them that's single. All right, I'm trying to get them to the singles conference in February, so y'all can meet them, baby. Drink gotta come. Yeah. Drink and Quest gotta come.
Yeah.
Like my 2 single brothers, like they are just as funny as I am.
Funny,
like for real.
Silly boy.
Like for real, they are. They're just as funny as I am. Like some laid back dudes. They really are.
Yeah. And let me say this. Even
somebody say age, please.
By show of hands, who out there have in-laws that really just disrespect your marriage openly? Because I tell people all the time, what we've been through, what we've seen. But
my brothers are in their 30s. I don't know exactly. Like I have a younger brother who's 40. Timothy just turned 40, right? And he's married. Like I wouldn't match y'all with Timothy anyway. If he wasn't married. That's a fool right there. But Drake and Quez, they're in their 30s. Yeah. Established careers and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. They're some good dudes.
Yeah. I promise you, if they were not good guys, we would
not be mentioning them at all. No.
Somebody said hands. This is the thing. That's why you have to put people. That's why you have to have those boundaries. Just because it's always been done doesn't mean that it has to be done in your house.
Right.
Boundaries. Let me put it like this: because of my pain, because of my economical lack thereof growing up, I truly didn't have a care for Christmas. Mm-hmm. So when I got married, my first and another thing, in my opinion, the way my wife perceived and received gifts, that really didn't encourage me to like Christmas anymore either. But we didn't have a tree or really just do a celebration of Christmas for like the first 3 years.
3 years. It was 3.
3 years of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, if you don't have the boundaries, even over your emotions from coming out of what you come out of as a family, you will bleed and put those trauma and all those emotional baggage on your kids.
Yes. And here's the thing, women, I want you guys to like kind of dig a little bit deeper into the comment that Joaquin just said. Like, I'm really big. Like, I was raised really big on the Christmas holiday, the joy, the peace, the love, the gifts, and all of that kind of stuff. Stop. Okay? You just made it unpeaceful because of the way you were reared, and we trying to bring this thing together. Okay? That's what made it unpeaceful for you.
Peace for you.
Shush. Okay? Okay, see? Okay. All right. So, women, I want you guys to realize something. I still allowed, despite how I felt about Christmas, despite how it meant so much to me, I still allowed my husband to lead our family, even when I didn't agree with why he was leading us in that manner.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I still supported his decision
Yeah.
because as a wife, I submit to my husband.
Yeah.
I honor him. I respect him, even when I didn't agree.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, as a man, as a husband, that was big for me. So that when I finally got it and I finally clicked what I possibly could have been doing to my family or was doing to my family in a negative way, it made it easier to transition because she had honored me.
Yes.
Because she had honored the marriage. And it was, man, it was eye opening. And this is the thing. That's why you have to keep people in your life as a husband and wife that are more mature than you, that can speak life into you. Because
Yes.
it was my uncles who actually, made me see what I was missing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with y'all, as a grown man, the next year, I put up a tree for my kids. My kids didn't even know about the tree, did they?
Mm-mm.
They didn't know about the tree. Oh no, I take that back. They didn't know about the tree. I put it up a few days before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But I never wrapped gifts or anything. We just put it out on the couch. But I wrapped gifts. We had cocoa and stuff. When they came down those stairs, and I saw my kids' face light up,
Yeah.
and the way they ran in there, and the joy I saw on their face that I never remember having as a kid. I walked in the bathroom and cried like a baby.
Yeah.
Woo, Lord, I cried. I was like, man, I need to be punching myself in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was bleeding on them from the trauma that I had growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Boundaries, people.
Yeah. Yes, there are boundaries in submission as well, and what that submission looks like.
How old were the kids?
Oh, they were young. When we got married, Megan and Morgan were 10 and
7.
10 and 7.
No, 10 and 5.
10 and 6.
9 and 5.
9 and 5.
Yep.
Okay, when we got married, they were 9 and 5. So you have 9, you have 5, 6, 7, and 8. You got 9, 10, 11, 12.
And then you had Landon.
You had Landon, who was a baby.
Landon was probably 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Landon was probably 2 or 3.
When we finally got a tree and really celebrated Christmas, Landon was about 3, and we were getting ready to have Maddox.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a blend. We are a blended family. We are a blended family.
Hence, blended and winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was really a moment of. That's why I say boundaries is so important in marriage, even to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
In order to break those generational curses, like I said, saw somebody just say, you actually have to know that you have a curse on you. You have to know that some things that you grew up with is just not normal.
Mm-hmm. From the submission part, as much as it hurt me.
Thank you, Brandon. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, as much as it hurt me I had to humble myself.
It hurt her to submit.
Yes, it hurt me to submit to something that I didn't agree with. But my prayer, what you say, baby?
It hurt her to submit.
Yes, it hurt me to submit. But I was so hopeful. Like my prayer life had gone to like a different level at this point of my submission. And I needed God to teach me some things even in my submission to him, regardless of how much it hurt. Yep. Like I had never really had like a real respect for men because of what I had seen growing up. So I had to learn what respect looked like by being his wife. And so God had to work on my heart. He had to work on my mind and shifting that mindset of what respect, what honor, and what submission look like.
Hence, why it was so important for me never to call my wife out of her name, never for me to disrespect her in a way that she could even compare me to what she had seen growing up.
Exactly. And
so those are the boundaries also. You have to have boundaries understanding where they come from. Mm-hmm. What they grew up in.
And then also the submission part was allowing godly counsel in, because we can't walk through this submission thing alone. Like, we have to have someone that's going to hold us accountable, but somebody that can also hold our spouse accountable as well, who can shift the mindset, who can give our spouses a different perspective. And that's what I love about our marriage come year 2 on, is that we had these people who we allowed to truly speak into our marriage, to hold us accountable for our actions and our mindset, and to help us shift it when it was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? When it didn't align with the vision and the purpose and the plan that God had for our marriage. And that's where so many marriages fall short, is that they don't seek that godly counsel, and then they don't look at what God has envisioned for marriage in their marriage. So when I submitted, it was like a prayer that God, he would get it. He would get that I don't celebrate this and I don't do this because I just want gifts up under the Christmas tree. Like, it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps with the submission part.
One young lady on there said, submission in boundaries, or boundaries in submission. And I love what she said. I took something totally different than probably what she meant. But even in submitting, there should be boundaries. Even as you have boundaries, you have to have submission. Just because my wife submitted to me and I submitted to her, I had to have a boundary to tell my wife, don't take your words, your concerns outside of this house. That's something we had to work on.
Yeah.
You talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, as a husband, you have to be big enough to hear your wife say, I don't like this about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not doing this right.
Yeah.
And you think you might be doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to feel a lot of times that, oh my God, ain't nothing I do good enough. Well, that means you have room to grow.
You got room to grow. That's a great question from Anthony, though.
How long did it take for both of you to submit to each other? I submitted the first day when I said I do. Now, I'm going to let her speak for herself.
Shade! Shots fired!
Day 1, Anthony. Day 1.
Day 1065.
You thought she was on a Star Trek log. She thought she was on a Star Trek log. Day 1665.
It took me a minute. Shit. I was still trying to figure this submission thing out. Okay? Like, that what it look like? That what it feel like? Hey.
And it took me being consistent. I was not moving off my...
Ooh, Lord.
And this is one thing I tell other men, too, with boundaries. I have to love my wife enough to make her upset sometimes. And she has to love me enough to tell me no and make me upset sometimes. Just because she bat her eyes at me, my wife doesn't get what she wants just because she bat her eyes at me. There are boundaries to what we have to do and what we're going, and the plan that we have put in place and what we've asked God for.
Mm-hmm.
So to be real about that, for me to truly submit to my wife, especially after everything we went through, it probably took, you say a good 3 years.
For you to truly submit to me after everything happened? After everything happened?
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord, yes.
I think it was year 3 because even though submission, it was then putting things into place.
Mm-hmm.
I had to like the submission.
Right. I don't think anybody really likes, what it feels, but
because submission is totally different than anything you've ever felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did? My man, Almighty Josh, dealing with these boundaries, said, "How do you guys navigate hard issues, forgiveness and reconciliation, even?" Well, I always look at it like this. And not trying to be a cliche-ish or too biblically or man, if God can forgive me for all the mess I've done prior to marriage,
because he did a whole lot of mess. Just saying. I still love you though.
See, boundaries. See nobody didn't ask you that. Nobody asked you how much stuff I did. But anyway, I did. I always tell, and this is the mindset I had to have. I had to have the mindset that as long as my wife didn't cross a line or do anything detrimental to the marriage, I had to have the mindset of forgiving her and giving her the opportunity to correct what probably went wrong, or what we probably established as a negative.
Yeah.
You have to want to forgive your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
You have to want to be forgiven. And I'm gonna say this: just because I ask her for forgiveness doesn't mean that she forgets about what I did. But it does mean that she honors and still treats me as I'm the husband. But that gives me the chance to rebuild her trust back.
Yeah.
There are plenty of times that my wife and I told each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Decline?
Yep.
There are plenty of times over the years that my wife and I have told each other, I'm not liking you right now. I love you, but I don't trust you right now. Oh, our first 5 years, there was a lot of that because of what had went on in our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But most people will be like, well, why you gotta say that? Because I'm letting you know how I'm feeling. Why would I not say that?
Yeah.
Most marriages want to wait till we're having a knockdown drag out to say everything they've been wanting to say for 2 and 3 months. How fair is that? How fair is that to the marriage?
Say it in the moment. Get it over with.
And say it with love.
Mm-hmm.
Look here, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else's marriage. I have never. Make sure I'm not gonna lie on this.
I'll make sure you ain't gonna lie. Go ahead and say it.
I don't believe I have ever intentionally woke up and tried to do something to hurt my wife.
Oh, I agree with that. Me, you would never do that.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time?
God is good. You have never.
I hate you. I swear I hate you. Oh my God, I hate you.
Never.
But I've never woke up. So this is the thing. If you wake up in that manner, not trying to be something bad, but you make a bad decision.
That's good. Come on, give us the cat.
Oh,
okay. I'm sorry, but I mean they just gave us some cat.
hold on. Boundaries.
Stop. That's a good question from Leanne.
Oh, Leanne.
Woo!
Oh, shoot.
Dang. I know what to say it. What does submission look like from the husband?
Woo.
What does submission look like from the husband?
When my wife asks me to do something, I don't tell my wife she doesn't know what she's talking about. I listen to my wife, I tell her, and I give her my honest opinion, and I will try to walk out whatever she needs. What does the submission look like to my wife? When I know my wife has had a long day and tired, she's going to have her bath water ran for her. When my wife is tired, she's always had a plate fixed for her, a meal cooked for her. What does submission look like for my wife? I tell my wife on a regular basis that I honor her, I love her, and I respect her. And I ask her on a weekly basis, what can I do to be a better husband? Mm-hmm. What does it like to honor my wife? I never put her in a position where she feels like she's second.
Yeah. Yeah, and submission from your husband also looks like the respect and the honor that he should give the woman that he loves.
Yeah. Oh, what does submission like to my wife? I never disrespect I try my best not to belittle my wife in front of our kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
He has never, like, when I tell y'all, our boys, they think the world of their mom. When I tell
They
you,
get on my
like
nerves.
our kids, and it's funny because we're realizing now that based off of how Joaquin has treated me over the years, Megan and Morgan make the comment now. When I ask them for something or to do something for me and to do it specifically the way I ask them, you know what their response is to me? What is their response? What Stacey wants,
Stacey gets.
that is their response to me because of their dad. Whatever Stacey wants, Stacey gets. No matter how much they might disagree with the way Mama wanted, what Stacey wants, Stacey gets. That's what I was like, are you kidding me? And the girls was like, no, Mama, like that's for real. Like, no. And our girls are completely honest with us. Like they are so real with us. And they do it so respectfully, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They are very respectful with calling us out on our stuff.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our girls will ask, Daddy, can I be real with you? I was like, yes, baby, be real with me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Joaquin loves it. Joaquin loves it because he knows that he played a hand in how our kids view their mom. And the kids, when it's time to do something for daddy, it's like, okay, mom, what does daddy want? What do you think we should get daddy? And they know I am going to get him the best. Like I am going to do because daddy deserves that.
And Daddy don't ask for nothing.
And daddy don't ask for nothing. He really don't. I am loving these animations they putting on TikTok.
Yeah, I promise you, if most men that I know, we are very simple. And women, if you all could really grasp that, I'm not saying, look, we talking about marriages, but I'm talking to the women right now. Men want honor, respect, food, and sex. And you can juggle that however you want, but honor and respect has to be at the top too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I'm just being real with you.
He is not lying. I have learned that.
Most men don't ask for much.
And sex usually ain't the last one.
No, it's not the last. Sex can go from 1 through 4.
It's usually in the top 3.
Yeah, they can go from 1 to 4. Just depending on how you get the honor too. But anyway,
yeah.
But let me ask you this question. I can't pronounce Radonna Locke. That's the question. You went away.
Oh, I thought you had the question.
No. She said, "What is How do you honor and submit to your husband if the husband acts as like that he doesn't love you?"
Yep. Here's what I found. Whoop, sorry, we ain't asking you that.
Be quiet, Siri. Let me ask you all this. And be real with me on this. If I, as a person you met for the first time, walked up to you and gave you $1 million with a smile on my face, or if I walked up to you and gave you $1 million in ones and just threw them at you, I'm pretty sure you'd probably say thank you on both of them, right? Sometimes we worry about how we receive things and we just don't worry about the blessing that comes with it. Now, I said that to another question that was posed on there. Sometimes we always worry about how the person is apologizing, and you never know how hard it is to apologize if they've never been shown how to apologize.
Y'all better listen to Pastor.
Just take the apology. And this, my wife taught me that. Don't do that.
Go ahead, baby.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, sir.
I can't stand her. This is how I used to tell my wife I was sorry, because I never saw I'm sorry or apologies given in my house growing up. I would tell my wife I was sorry that her feelings were hurt for what I said. I wouldn't apologize for what I said.
He meant that. He meant every word of it. And he was going to let me know he meant every word of it. Sorry you feel that way.
Just the way I said it.
Mm-hmm.
And then realize I'm beating my wife down. Verbally and emotionally. But what my wife was mature in, because, I am her third husband. What she was mature at Where she was mature is when I would say, "Hey, I'm sorry for what I said earlier, man. I ain't mean it like that." And I wouldn't even look at her. You know what she would say? "Thank you, baby." And she was rubbing on my shoulder. "Thank you, baby. That means a lot to me. I love you too." See, most people don't even know how to receive effort.
Yeah.
When I say boundaries in your marriage, you have to love that person within those boundaries. And if you don't let love outside of the boundary, you love them within that boundary.
Yeah.
And my wife loved me back to life.
Come on, Holy Spirit. Yes.
I hate you.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
But she loved me back to life. And she would tell me, "Look, Joaquin, we're not perfect, but I'm going to love you as you grow."
Yeah.
Most people can't. This how they would have took that. "Oh, if you can't look at me, I don't want you to say it." You missed the growth.
He was walking through his own stuff. Like,
Yeah,
man,
you
we
missed
gotta
the
realize that.
opportunity
We gotta
to.
realize that people are walking through their own stuff, which makes it difficult for them to get to the other side. You know, we have to make it, we have to lay the pathway for them to get there. You know, even as much as it might hurt us or as much as it might inconvenience us, we still have to. I'm gonna give you an example. We still have to lay down our jackets over that puddle of water for them to walk over.
Yeah.
Just so they can get to the other side of it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
good.
that was good.
I don't care what y'all say. That was good. That was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes. Aunt Bogan said he keeps talking about insecurities, but I'm gonna tell y'all, because someone asked about insecurities in our, when we first started dating, did we have insecurities? We didn't have insecurities until we got married. That's when we had insecurities dating. We didn't know we had insecurities until we got married. Will you agree? Wasn't it when we got married?
Yes. But I didn't know I had insecurities until I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it came like a river. But back to her question. You honor your husband until he's not your husband. You honor your wife until they're not your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere in the Bible does it say marriage is going to be perfect and you're going to be happy all the days of your life. Know who you are. Know that you are worth everything that God says you're worth.
And act as such.
Act as such. This is the thing. Still demand your respect in a loving way.
Yeah.
And show that person how you want to be treated.
Yeah. Act as such, man. I'm telling you, and that's something that's kind of the hard part, because people like, I'm tired, I'm frustrated, I don't this and I don't that, but you got to act the way that you want them to treat you.
I'm gonna ask every woman on here a rhetorical question. If you all really understood how hard it is for a man to love a woman when he's never seen true love before, you all would give men a little bit more credit. You all are built and you all have embedded in you all this nurturing and this love that just oozes from you all. Men, unfortunately, we're not. We're equipped with protecting, honoring, showing our love in ways that are more physical. We have to be taught how to be that caring. Our caring looks a whole lot different than you all.
Yeah.
So really, my biggest thing for boundaries, if you're going to get married or even think about getting married, get an understanding of what boundaries look like coming from your background in your life. What boundaries you're going to have to put in your marriage and put on you so you can become the wife or the husband that you deserve, that your marriage deserves to blossom and grow, instead of coming into a marriage, bringing all that stuff in, and then y'all have to weed stuff out that you never should have brought in.
Yeah, you definitely are able to discard those things that you don't want to bring into your marriage when you set those boundaries up.
My wife knew when my wife would come around me and my family, She knew who was. Oh yeah, they have a little problem. They hoes. They're whoremongers. Oh yeah, he a crackhead. He used to be a drunk.
Y'all, I just
Um,
found out somebody
he
in my
used to,
family. I'm sorry, y'all, but when he said that, like, I just recently found out that somebody in my family is a crackhead, and it blew my mind. I was like, what? I was calling everybody. I was like, why y'all didn't tell me that Uncle such and such was a crackhead? Like, what? They was like, Stacey, you didn't know that? I was like, no.
and I'm looking at her like, I knew this.
I
I
was
didn't
like,
even know that.
I was like, can you lie? You
We're
did
not
not
laughing.
know that.
We're not laughing at the fact that.
No, we're not laughing at the fact. We're
yeah.
laughing at the fact of how I received the
Yeah.
information. And it was just a general conversation when I found out. I had to stop the conversation. I was like, what? No. Yeah.
And that's how a lot of people act when their marriage is on the brinks.
Mm-hmm. How they act? Like I did.
When
Like,
you found out, hey,
oh,
when this happened?
Yeah. And somebody else, most spouses are surprised when their spouse tells them this is what they feel about their marriage. We're like, when did we get here? Because you're not communicating.
We, matter of fact, we have a friend right now that if their spouse walked to them and thought their marriage was going good, and then they hear their spouse say, "Man, we may be on the brink of divorce," we'd be like, "Whoa, I thought we've been doing good." That's a lack of communication.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say this: you cannot, if you want your marriage or relationship to work, you cannot walk around for months at a time saying, "I'm not happy," and you all don't put the work in to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And let me bust y'all bubble with boundaries. I put a boundary on myself because it would be rude and unjust of me to expect my wife to make me happy when I'm not happy on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So many people get into relationships and say, "You didn't make me happy." They're not supposed to.
And that's one of the things that we're going to discuss as single, saved, and unsatisfied for all of our singles.
So we stop right there. Ain't gonna say nothing else.
You can say something else, but I mean, we're going to talk about like what that looks like. Why are you so unsatisfied being single and saved? Why are you so unsatisfied with what you bring to the table right now? It's you. I mean, we're gonna ask our singles to dig deep. We're gonna have breakout sessions for you guys so that you can get a little bit more information and insight on how to self-reflect. What does self-reflecting look like? So that you can make sure that you're healthy enough to be in a relationship with somebody else because you don't know what they're bringing into it. So you need to be healthy and happy enough with yourself before you can be happy and healthy with somebody else.
Yeah.
And most people don't look at it from that standpoint. Like, am I healthy and happy by myself? I thank God, and I say this, I think every live, I thank God that I was able to become healthy with him. I was already happy. He just added, he was a caveat. Like he was icing on the cake.
You happy?
With a sparkling candle on top of it. Okay?
Yeah, I couldn't be blown out either.
So, yeah, he was always sizzling. Is that right, baby? It was hard. I couldn't just blow on him and it go out. I still can't just. It takes some work when I'm below him. I'm like, damn, it's a hell of a while.
Facts, people. You heard it right
I'm
here.
done.
You heard it
I'm
right
getting
here.
ready to get off here. That's what I'm getting ready to do. It's
Hey.
time for folks to go to bed.
Hey, and let me say this. It's during the holidays, and let me say this, and we're up out of here
Yeah.
when it comes to boundaries. Husbands and wives. Just because your parents and your family did certain traditions during the holidays doesn't mean they have to be brought into your house.
Yeah.
My wife and I decided in year 3, when we started doing the Christmas stuff, we're gonna make it our own. This ain't about what I saw in my house. This ain't about what you saw in your house. What makes us happy?
Mm-hmm.
You have so many people out there during the holidays, they get up in the roar because, well, my family always put the lights from right to left. We always use blue lights. cares? What makes your house happy?
Yeah.
And then you have, don't allow those certain people to come in your house and say, girl, why y'all doing this? We don't never do that. Well, this ain't your house.
This ain't your house. This ain't mama house. This ain't granny house.
Yeah, and if you don't like the way we doing it in this house, guess what you can go back to?
Your house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, man, thank y'all so much for being here. Got to remind you one more time, all of the information for the singles event coming up, for the marriage event coming up, the retreat coming up, and the
vision
board parties that are coming up in December and January and so forth through the new year. Go to our website, www.blendedandwinning.com. www.blendedandwinning.com.
Yep.
We're going to have some fun. We're going to be more impactful this year. This is our year to really, really grow. I saw someone ask earlier, do we come out and speak? Yes, we do. Go to our website.
And email us to
and
find
email
out.
us so we can find out what the information is. If you're on Instagram, message us on Instagram at blended underscore and underscore winning.
Yeah, the singles event, everything is on the website. There are links on our YouTube. There are links on our TikTok and our Instagram and our YouTube to all of our other pages and to our website.
Oh, that singles event is going to be fun. Oh, our marriage events. If you all can get a hold of any married couples that have been to some of our retreats, man, we have some fun.
Yeah.
We have some fun. Once you pay your due, once you get to the site,
to the event,
you don't pay anything else.
For anything. Everything is paid for except your flights.
That's it. And we are, from the time you are picked up at the airport to the time you leave, we got you.
Yeah.
Come out and grow. This is the thing. All men, hey, stop being scared of growth. Look at me. I'm looking right here. Stop being afraid of growth. I promise to real men, I'm gonna speak for me. When men come to our event and they truly are trying to grow, you look like more of a man than you've ever looked. I don't care about how good you can fight. I don't care how many women you've had in the past. I don't care how rah-rah you can get. When you truly humble yourself to grow for your marriage and grow for your family, that's when you look like a real man to me.
That sets you apart. Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing you all there.
We love you.
Love you with the love of Christ. And so until next time, my name is Joaquin Loper. This is my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful wife, Stacey Loper. Woo! And we are blended and winning.
And so are you.
So on that note, I'll leave you with a hootie-hoo!
And blue, blue! We out. We love y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, Dr. Anthony? Hey!